All right, let's get tactical this morning. Don't know why my forehead is looking so shiny in this light, but we got to get rolling. Can't worry about all that kind of stuff. We gotta create and we gotta publish. We can't worry about shiny forehead syndrome. So I was super stupid blessed to get the opportunity to guest host on the 5 a.m. Club Central Time this morning. So shout out to Tom Toole for giving me that opportunity. And the information, I'm going to certainly share that podcast when they transcribe it into a podcast. I'm going to certainly share that in the group. But the information I shared on the call this morning was very well received. So I wanted to relay that information to you guys. And I want to encourage everybody that's in this group so far. Number one, add people to the group. This is not just for people that are buying tickets to Impact. This is for agents that want to be Impact agents. We're building a community of agents. A lot of people just can't afford to come to conferences. So we need to invite them into this space to show them the power of collaborative learning so that they will save the money. They will put in the extra hours. They will commit to consistent dollar productive activities to move the needle so that they can have the income to be able to take advantage of collaborative, immersive, live learning opportunities. And, we know that, the collateral of effects of that is making connections and building relationships with amazing people that, transfer skills and make investments in our lives and our businesses. So one big part or one big way we can do that is sharing videos that we are making that are getting good results. And what would be really, really impactful is to share a video that was not well rehearsed, not well produced. Maybe the quality of the sound and the lighting wasn't all that good, but it was really well received. Got a lot of shares, a lot of comments, and a lot of engagement. Just to show everybody like, hey, I wasn't looking my best. Lighting wasn't the best, but this message was really well received and the engagement was just off the hook. There's a lot of people that are on the fence about video that are sidelined out of fear of what the critics are going to say, what they're going to think, the negative feedback and just the chatter. So they got to look their best, they got to sound their best. And I can't tell you especially how many female real estate agents that I've talked to about video that said, they're waiting until they can get back in to see their hairstylist who has like this huge waiting list. Insane. So authenticity is one of the founding principles of video. And so it's just about being authentic and raw and real. But if we can share the videos that we're making, it's going to encourage us, those of us who are fearful of the way we look, sound, and communicate and our body language and all that stuff. It's going to encourage us to say, you know what, screw it. I'm just going to do it. I'm going to do it scared. All right, so I'm going to give you some tactics that you need to start using in your business right away. And I've been talking about this a long time to our folks at JWRE, and I have yet to see anybody really take the ball and run with it, especially on a consistent basis. And we all know that consistency is what drives results. It increases our performance and builds our pipeline. But what I would suggest that you do is really get laser focused on video testimonials. I've got behind me here, I've got the Little Red Book of Selling. And a big part of this book talks about how your greatest sales force is your raving fans. So, you think about when you're at the closing table and your people say, oh my gosh, you just did such a wonderful job. I really appreciate it. I'm going to recommend you to all my friends and family. You're having this amazing moment with your client at the closing table and nobody else is in the room. The title agent has gone to make her copies and cut checks, and it's just you and the couple there, and you're having an intimate moment. When possible, as much of that as possible needs to be shared with the world. So, video is not my favorite thing. It's not your favorite thing. It's not going to be your client's favorite thing either. So what we don't want to do is give them as much advance notice as possible. We want to give them zero notice, the least amount of notice possible. So what I would suggest is that when the title agent leaves the room and you're there with your clients, you're exchanging pleasantries and talking about how great it was to work together, that you just very subtly set your phone to video mode. So just kind of get it ready, and you're just kind of, hanging out, holding your phone, and just being very nonchalant. And then I want you to set it, to the record setting. So it's on video. All you got to do is hit record, and I want you to point it at them. And I want you to say, hey, would you mind giving me 30 seconds of what it was like to work with me? And sometimes they're going to say no. Sometimes they're going to be like, oh, hell no. Sometimes they're going to ask you to put it down, get out of their face. You may get less than a positive reaction, okay? But what we have to keep in mind here is that what is at stake? What is at stake? And I'm not telling you to discount or disregard your Zillow, your Google, or your Facebook reviews. I'm telling you to add this to your closing checklist, because when they deliver, when they say yes, and they're like, oh yeah, hit record, I love you, you did an amazing job, I can't wait to tell the world how good you did. Some of those videos are going to be such pieces of solid gold. They are going to propel your business. They're going to help you build a pipeline. They're going to work for you for perpetuity, especially if you're publishing and storing that video content on YouTube. And even promoting the YouTube video would just bring you incredible results. So again, we're just going to point the camera at them and say, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, would you please give me 30 seconds of what it was like to work with me, and hit record and just let them go. Let them go unscripted. Don't feed them anything, and just raw, keeping it raw and real and authentic. All right, so that is tip number one. Tip number two that I shared this morning on the 5 a.m. East call was about leveraging your hot, ready, willing, and able buyers. You hear a lot of stuff, a lot of chatter in the industry about leveraging your buyer needs. So we'll see realtors create infographics that say, hey, I've got buyers that are looking for a 4-bedroom in such and such subdivision. Inventory is low. We've looked at everything that's out there. You got any recommendations for us? I am advising you to take it one step further. And what I want you to do is just accept this as gospel, that buyers are out there waiting to be activated. Buyers are out there waiting to be activated. Sellers are out there waiting to be activated. So how do you activate a home buyer? Possibly remind them as much and as often as possible that 20% down is a myth. How do you activate a seller? Talk about the market, how the market's improving, how inventory is low, and how you've got a hot, ready, willing, and able buyer who cannot find what they're looking for and is ready to pull the trigger as soon as they find the perfect home. So what I would have you do, what I would have you encouraging your team members to do, is to create a video. So let's say you've got you or your members of your team are going out to show buyers this weekend. They've either got cash or they're completely approved and they're just ready, like I said, to find that perfect home. So they create a video and you say, hey, my name is Tanya Smith with the Jason Will Real Estate Team. I've got totally, completely solid, rock solid pre-approved buyers that are looking to buy in Rock Creek this weekend. They're looking for a 4-bedroom and a $400,000 to $500,000 range. We've already seen whatever is out there. Or I'm sorry, let me back up. So we're looking at homes in the $400,000 to $500,000 range. We've got 5 homes scheduled to look at this Saturday. If you have had thoughts of selling, or even remotely interested in possibly selling your home, and you would like to kind of throw your hat in the ring here and be considered by these buyers, this could be the easiest sale of your entire life. So just send me a DM or shoot me a text and say, hey, I'd be interested in having my home shown this weekend. We can work this out. I can make it happen, and I will bring my buyers through your home. So if you're for sale by owner, a pocket listing, or even just had thoughts of selling, I would love to have the opportunity to possibly play matchmaker and connect your home with my buyers who have cash or have this amazing rock solid pre-approval. So hopefully I got that out there clear in a way that you can, interpret it and rip off and duplicate it and put it into action right away. So we know the best strategy to do this in is Facebook Live, because Facebook Live is going to help you build an audience. But what would your business look like if you leveraged every buying opportunity that you had? People are looking for, pre-approved, approved cash buyers, rock solid, who you have done, or they have done their due diligence with a qualified local lender. And what's the buying power of that? What's the power of that message? It's incredible. We need to leverage that. So again, if you just go out with your buyers on Saturday and show them the 5 to 10 houses, and you and your buyers know about, what they're looking for, but the rest of the world doesn't, it's crazy. My instinct nowadays has gotten to be Facebook is my go-to. Oh, I'm looking for a handyman. I go to Facebook. I'm looking for somebody to make a recommendation of, who can take me out on a boat trip in the Virgin Islands. Put that on Facebook. Within minutes, I had recommendations, and we ended up hiring one of those people to take us out. It's just common sense nowadays to put your needs, your wants on Facebook and to put that out there for the community to respond to. So if you put these tactics into place, I guarantee you, you're going to see an immediate response to your business, to your closings, to your pipelines, just your overall activity. This is just a great strategy to commit to consistently. Every closing, I'm going to ask for a video testimonial. Every closing, I'm going to ask for a video testimonial. Every time I'm going out to show buyers, I'm going to put it out there on Facebook and my other social media channels, like, hey, if you've even remotely have thoughts of selling and you want my clients to consider your home that meets their price range, and put it out there, put the price range, put the exact area they're looking in, and just put it out a couple days before you go show, and tell them, listen, you got 24 hours or you got 48 hours to get back to me so that I have time to set all this up and coordinate all the other showings with all the other showings we already have scheduled. And, of course, my final recommendation, show and sell, execute with anybody before you take them to their home. All right, that's all the tips I got for you this morning. If you got any questions, you can always reach me through Facebook, through email, jason@impactagentuniversity.com, or call or text my cell 251-583-9728. Thanks so much. Y'all have a great day.